I really don't want to keep talking about this dude, but that's gonna be like one of my most popular videos of all time, and is trash talking Ryan Upchurch. You know, the truth is that it's kind of a sore subject, and I just kind of like to drop it at this point. But since people keep commenting on that stupid fucking thing, I think I need to issue a clarification about everything. Personally speaking, I don't think that everything that guy has done is necessarily like wretch, so far as music is concerned. I mean, he does have some songs that I could see as kind of, maybe not being so terrible. But the truth of the matter is that when it comes to this situation, I look at the fact that he's at like 2 million subs and everything, and his runaway success, and if I have a motivation to trash talk some of the more popular musicians, it's not me wanting to chase clout as I've been accused of. Really, like, what's going on at the core that isn't being seen by the audience. And I know that no matter what I say, some of you won't believe me, but it's like literally the truth. Is just, the fact is that for me, fundamentally speaking, it's about the fact that this guy is actually rather overrated. Even if what he produces isn't all shit and trash, it's still, the realization that, I have 1,000 other things that I would much prefer to listen to his, music. And we live in a landscape, as far as music is concerned, that's saturated already to, an extreme extent. And it's one of the reasons why, like, I just kind of, we do like variety, obviously, but I would caution people, like, if you're going to go into music, don't do it because of the fact that you think you're going to get the girls, or because of the fact that you think that people will like your message, or that they want to listen to you. I mean, do it because you love music and making it purely. I mean, seriously, because you may not ever get those things. Those things might never ever materialize. It's real big fishes don't start a band, and it's that song is like literally true in a big way. um I mean, I'm sorry, but it's the brutal reality of being a musician. I mean, but Ryan Upchurch, he and what, that McDonald guy, like that Tom McDonald, the white guy rapper dude who's, constantly going on about how they say things about him, the social justice warrior, that guy, like, okay, first of all, they produce in a genre of music that has never really been my thing. It's not that I never have liked a rap song, and it's not that I've never found, a country song that I found resonant. I mean, I'm a fan of Casey Musgraves, to say the least. And although she'll say that, like, her music isn't like liberal in nature and everything, and that, that's just the left kind of clinging on to her as such, but I found the message in the song pretty progressive by nature. Like, you know you can't run away from that. I know that she wants to, but when something is like inherently a certain way, then you can't just be like, no, it's not about politics. Well, yeah, it might not be about politics, but it's, like, songs like Follow Your Arrow are very progressive songs, whether or not their focus is on politics or not. Like, I don't think of Casey Musgraves as necessarily a Democrat, but when has being progressive been perfectly synonymous with being a Democrat anyways? It never really has. A lot of real progressives would find themselves disgusted to even be considered a part of the Democratic Party. They, the some of the Democratic Party's biggest critics are progressives. So, yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, uh, as somebody that kind of has that kind of perspective myself, and believes in progress, and you know, um, from the bottom of my heart, I'm a fan, of hers and everything, and that's why I like the message that she's putting forward. And although I know that it's a sort of, I guess you could say, like, analytically, like, maybe there are some things that you should, we should engage in, like, delayed gratification and such on. But I do appreciate somebody saying, live your life the way that you want to live it as a musician. And I approve. It's a very the meaning of life is subjective sort of concept, and I find myself in agreement with it. I mean, I don't think the answer is pure nihilism. I think the answer to the meaning of life is choose your own adventure, basically. So I find myself resonating with her song. um but when I have, like, this tendency to bash on upchurch, like, what you're not seeing as my audience is just, you're thinking that I'm doing it because I like the clout. Truthfully, a long time ago, I spent a lot more time bashing Paul Elam. And when I did, I noticed that even saying something about him got a response. And although my channel got flooded with all these hate comments, like, AdSense back in the day made me about $100. But the truth of the matter is that not only is my channel so tiny, that I doubt that it will ever actually bring in income and have totally different plans as far as income is concerned. I've got a different agenda as far as that stuff is concerned altogether. Like, I'm not really planning to be a full-time YouTuber in any meaningful way. But the other thing about it is just, I like that, like, so, like, because I'm not planning to be a major YouTuber, like, I really would not expect for there to ultimately be, like, how should I put it? Like, for there to be, clout chasing to really pay off. But, and the thing is that my channel is so tiny that I'm starting to doubt that it will ever actually make partner, fundamentally. So I don't get paid for the shit that I say or put out there, or for the views, or for your comments, or literally anything. Nothing comes in. I mean, I'm just some lone guy that produces these videos because of the fact that I just want to say something, and it's really that simple. But Ryan Upchurch and everything, I just feel that he's overrated. And in the meantime, like, all this other content is vastly underrated, which is why, like, I started constructing the playlist that I did, of songs that I find more appealing ultimately than his stuff, because I feel like his stuff might not all be terrible, but it still can't hold a candle to the flame to the competition. And yes, he's a new entrant in the music space, but he's still going to have to compete with the artist of yesterday because we have access to all that stuff. you know like, just because an artist isn't, radio worthy anymore or anything, and has faded into a bit of obscurity, doesn't mean we're not still into them.